Hello, welcome to KimmelsIrishPub.com. I'm Jeff Kimmel. It's time for another movie review. Tonight's movie is going to be another Netflix original. It's called I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. It stars Melanie Lynskey, and she is from 2.5 Men. That's, I think, where she's most notable from. She's the girl next door. And then also Elijah Wood. So you know him from Lord of the Rings, Frodo. And he's been in many other movies, but that's probably maybe one of his most popular. So this is about, I believe Melanie Lynskey is a nursing assistant or in the medical field somehow, and somebody burglarizes her home, and she works with Elijah Wood, who happens to be her neighbor in this movie, to track down the burglars. That's all I really know so far about this movie. So what we're going to do is start watching it here, and you know, I'll check in from time to time and tell you a little bit more about what I've learned about the movie and what I think so far. One other thing real quick, IMDb has this rated as a 7, so that sounds promising because the last couple of movies that I reviewed were usually below 6, so this is at a 7, so you know, high hopes on this one. I'll check in a little bit, everybody. I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching the movie I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. Sorry, I have to keep reading the title because it's so long, but we're at the 24-minute and 18-second mark. There's not a whole lot to tell so far since I've already told you the premise of the movie. A young lady, her house gets broken into, and they steal some stuff, and now she's starting to take matters into her own hands. So she called the authorities, they came, they investigated it, and pretty much gave her a case file number, and that was it. And she's met Elijah Wood so far. They just started meeting. I'm assuming at some point she's going to recruit him to help her. She has an app on her phone that shows her where the laptop is, and I just got past the scene where they turned on the laptop, so now she has the address. She calls the authorities to let them know. They say they can't do anything without a search warrant. So I'm assuming at this point she's going to start to investigate it herself and maybe recruit Elijah Wood at this point. But we haven't gotten there yet. That's just an assumption. Some background information on her character. So she lives alone, and she pretty much is a nurse. She spends some time at a bar, reads books. She hates the world herself. She's somewhat depressed. She hates people. You know, and I think the break-in has put her over the edge. So it's not so much about the stealing of the items, it's more about the violation of her privacy, or you know, how she feels, you know, violated because somebody broke into her home and took that away from her. So I think that has now pushed her over the edge to hate life even more. So she drinks a lot of Coors Light. I don't recommend that. Coors Light, like good beers, but you know, to each their own. But so far so good. I would like to talk real quick about Simply Safe. So I was thinking about this while I was watching it. She didn't have a home security system, of course. She can't even remember if she locked the door. And I have Simply Safe, and I love it. So if you're ever looking for a security system for your home, check out Simply Safe. I got it, set it up myself, no problem. I have the monitoring set up, you know, so there's a monthly fee, very reasonable price, and I couldn't be happier with the reaction time and things like that. So I actually set it off accidentally, I think once or twice, and immediately they called me and asked me if anything was okay. So it's all set up like that. So quick commercial there for you for Simply Safe. If you're looking into home security systems, check that out. But back to the movie review. Again, not a lot to tell so far with 24 minutes into it. Still along the premise. And I'll start and I'll get back into the movie and I'll check back in with you if anything interesting pops up. Alright everybody, time for a check-in. We're at the 1 hour, 3 minute and 38 second mark. So it's been quite some time since my original check-in. We're still watching I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. I think I've fully explained the premise. My prediction was right. She has teamed up with Elijah Wood and his character. I believe his name is Tony. Her name is Ruth. And she's trying to investigate her own burglary because the police won't help her. So she's doing some investigative work, and she's able to locate some of her stuff, and not to get in too deep on how she does it, but she eventually finds some of her things, and she also has now tracked down who the burglar was. And she found some clues, and it helped her figure out who the burglar was. And then we get a little insight on the burglar. Not a whole lot yet. There's some drug use and things like that. We're not sure exactly the reasons for the burglary. He's involved with a small group of people, and he's the son of a rich lawyer. Not spoiler alerts, just giving you a little bit more character development on what's going on here. So they're continuing now. They're trying to locate this burglar now that they know who it is, and that's where we are right now. I think not a lot of development so far in the movie. Nothing earth-shattering, but a little bit something I wanted to step in here. It seems like we got 33 minutes left in the film, so I don't know if I'll make it for another check-in. But if I don't, I'll see you at the credits. Alright. Okay, everybody, as promised, we're at the credits of this movie. I don't feel at home in this world anymore. And I have to say, wow. I was thinking to myself as I was watching this movie, like, how many more times can I tell you the premise of the movie? How many more times, I was thinking of things, what can I share with everybody? One thing, Elijah Wood has a rat tail. Oh, I gotta share that. And he named his dog Kevin. That's kind of funny, you know what I mean? And I was like really looking for some substance in this movie, because I thought, it was very mundane. I wasn't getting much out of it, and you could probably tell that by the first couple of takes throughout this, and why I didn't do so many check-ins, because it was the plot, and it just happened. Well, I hit play after my last pause. 30 minutes left to go. It was 33 minutes, and it's probably 30 minutes left in this movie, and it did an about face. I mean, the last 30 minutes of this movie were incredibly intense. It was so different than the first hour of the movie. So, and I'm not going to give you any spoilers or anything like that. I am going to recommend that you watch this for yourself. You watch it and stick with it. The first hour, like I said, is the plot line. Seriously, is the plot line. The last 30 minutes just completely changed the whole movie for me. Of course, you had to figure out, well, how's it going to end? Is she going to catch the burglar? And why is the burglar doing all this? And things like that. It really builds that up. But the way that they wrapped this thing up, I mean, and concluded the movie just blew my mind. I wasn't ready for it. And I thought, it was well done. I liked what they did there. They kind of lulled you to sleep, and then just woke you up with firecrackers. And they finished the movie. So now, and I also couldn't figure out why IMDb had it at a 7. That's other people rating this movie, and I'm watching the movie. I'm like, I'm not gonna rate it a 7. I mean, it was just very boring, and it was very descriptive in the description of the movie of that. So what happened for the first hour? But then I get it now, and you will too once you watch this. So go ahead and turn this on. I think I'm teetering between a 7 and an 8. It would definitely be a 7.5 for me. Solid 7.5. You can't do that on IMDb. It's a 7 or an 8. So since everybody else is giving it a 7, I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8. Try and get that ratings up, and hopefully more people will be pleasantly surprised by this movie. Not something I plan on watching, but I'm trying to venture off, and I saw this one on Netflix, a Netflix original, and it became a treat. So hopefully you like it as much as I did, and stick to it, watch the whole thing, and if you found this helpful, put some comments in there, hit the like button, like I always say, subscribe, hit that bell so you get more notifications of my reviews. But I'm really interested in your comments. You don't have to subscribe or bell or like or anything, but I'd like to know what you think, like, about my review, what you thought of the movie yourself, anything like that, anything you'd like me to review. But I don't feel at home in this world anymore. I enjoyed. I hope you do too. And check in again for my next movie review, beer review, fantasy football analysis at kimmelsirishpub.com. Thank you.